Successfully Married with Pete and Mel. Hi guys, so I'm Pete.
And I'm Mel.
And we are Successfully Married.
And this is part 2 of 10 things women are looking for in a potential husband.
Part 2, baby, part 2.
Yes, exciting stuff. Okay, so if you don't know what points 1 and 5 are, you can go back to the first video. But this is going from point 6 today. So we're going to go straight into it. Point 6. A woman wants the man, a potential husband, to be her best friend. Now, can I clarify that?
Not an enemy then, eh?
No, definitely not an enemy. But she's also not looking for the man to be like her female best friend. So I want that to be clear. So it's not about a man being feminine or anything like that. It's just when a woman thinks of her husband, she thinks of someone that she can confide in. Somebody that is always gonna like have her back, somebody that she can hang out with. I mean, you're gonna be married, so you want to be able to spend quality time together and not getting on each other's nerves. And just what you would do with a best friend, you hang out, you have a laugh, and just have that whole dynamic going on. And I think that having the male-female dynamic actually is quite a rich one, because obviously both of you are going to be bringing different things to the friendship. So yes, it's a romantic relationship because you're husband and wife, but the friendship aspect is also a key part of a marriage. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I would say, in terms of friendship and stuff like that, I say, I'm assuming, I mean, obviously I'm not a woman, but I'm assuming that a woman would want someone that they could confide in, someone that they could, so when I think about best friends, you don't tell your secrets to everybody, but you might say, to your best friend, you might say, you know what, this, that and the other. So,
Exactly.
so I'm assuming that women would want someone that they could confide in, because of, women have got things to share and stuff like that they don't necessarily want the whole world to know about. So I'm assuming, I'd say confiding, somebody that they can confide in, and yes, with that comes loyalty and trust and stuff like that. So I would agree. Best friend.
Yeah, also your husband, your best friend, that sometimes if you get any kind of good news, they're the first person that you want to tell and share with, because you know that they're championing you. So I'd say that as well, that key element, because I know what I'm like with my female best friend. Like if there's anything good, she's one of the first people, but after my husband, that I want to tell. But with your husband, they will be the first person that you want to tell anything good with and share that life experience with. So
Sounds good.
So that's number 6. Moving swiftly on to number 7, which is kindness and compassion. Now, obviously, I think it's obvious generally that men and women are very different in terms of their personalities. And I would say this is a very sweeping statement, so please don't shoot me. I'm not trying to box anybody in, but generally men are more stronger, more direct in their communication. Women tend to be a bit more emotion based. Not everybody, but tend to be more. And sometimes a woman can find a man's directness a bit much to deal with. So I think it's more going to the heart nature, not just the delivery, but you want to know that the man's going to treat you kindly and be compassionate. So that might involve a bit of emotions, men.
Yes,
to let you know.
Yes, women.
But in touch with your emotions.
Women, women are considered to be more emotional than men. They're considered to be.
Yes.
Generally, basically.
So what would you say about being more in touch with your feelings when it comes to a wife, honey?
Well, I mean, in terms of kindness and compassion, I mean, what I would say, obviously, definitely have been kind-hearted, meaning well, and just bearing in mind, men, when you're dealing with women, that men can be very, very strong and boom to the point, and can come across, men can actually be hurtful to them, because it can be so direct and so straight to the point, and so I would just, all I would say is just, I would say basically to be tender, try and be tender, and try and think of a woman when you're speaking to her, just try and think, you know what,
how is it coming across?
I mean well, I mean well, but you know what, let me just speak in a way this is going to come across where she's going to understand what's being said and stuff like that, and where she's not going to it's not going to be painful. So just try and, I would say, I'm sure there are men out there that mean well, but when you're speaking, even if you might be in a strong state of mind or whatever, try and be tender. Try and be tender of your words. Try and be thinking, you know what, let me say this in the way which is going to be, you know, helpful.
Yes.
It's just not going to leave her hurt and feeling, you know, sad. Let me say this, even this is maybe a true statement or whatever. Let me say this. Let me speak this in a loving way. Let me speak the truth in love. Let me speak what I'm saying. Let me speak it lovely. Let me show the love. Let there be love. Even in this, that might be a reality or whatever. Or let me be kind with it. Let me be kind with it. You know, so I certainly say, try and be tender. Woman, I think, would want tender. Even though they want a strong man who's going to stand up and defend them and be a strong man. And no one wants strong men. Well, but they do want a man to be tender, to be kind, to be nice to them. Yes, definitely.
Yes, so I think even if you're trying, you might not know the dynamics, but even if there's an effort to be kind, that will go a long way. So just remember that if you want a woman, they're going to want a kind and compassionate man. Okay, so point number 8 is emotional and physical intimacy.
Ooh.
So we're not going to pretend.
Sounds good, baby. Yes. Sounds good.
Believe me, women are thinking about that way before they get married, because obviously we know people get married. You know, certain things, relations happen within the marriage, and that's what women they want to be intimate. We know that. I'm going to say the word sex. But it brings couples closer together, and so they're going to be looking for that. But emotional intimacy might be a bit more tricky, because men are thinking, well, of course, they know that the physical side, they're expecting that to happen, but maybe men are not expecting that. Women don't just want the physical.
They don't want just the physical actions.
This is why I've combined them, because we do want the emotional connection. We want to know that the man loves us, and we want that verbalised. There's too many marriages I know that the women is like, the man doesn't say he loves me. I don't know if he loves me, and this is to do with love languages, which we will hopefully go into in another video. But it's women want to hear it. Now, when I say hear it, this involves you speaking
it. I love you
in the ears. Yes. The word
truthfully.
Truthfully. So I'm saying that is something that is key. What would you say? I mean, he's very good at sharing that with me.
Oh, bless you.
So I'd say that, definitely 10 out of 10 for that. But what would you say to any men out there who may not be used to saying those words?
Women do want to hear it. They do want to hear, and try to be as truthful as you can. They do want to hear. Yeah, they do want to hear.
Don't say it if you don't mean it.
They do want to hear that they're loved and that you're thinking about them, and you care about them. You want the best for them. They do. Women definitely want to hear.
Regularly.
Women want to hear good things. Women like, you know, men are visual.
Yeah.
On the whole, visual, attractive visually. On the whole, women like to hear. They're certainly more auditory. They like to hear, you know, good things. So definitely. They want to hear things in terms of emotional intimacy. I feel like obviously what you're saying about not just physical
exactly
sex, but women might want you to be hugged, to be hugged, cuddled, comforted, to be kissed.
Not in every case, but
to be kissed on the cheek, to be just to know that they're to hold hands. They want that kind of women like that. They don't just want to just be right. Let's have, you know, sex now, whatever. They want to be, you know, loved, romanced, and walked, you know, go on a walk and hug, and you know, I'm so into you, and
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Dreamy eyes,
as SWV said back in the day.
Oh wow,
that tune.
Oh wow, I don't know about
this. There's a song that says "I'm so into you" from SWV from the 90s.
Oh, I see. Going back.
So I guess, I guess that's what women are looking for.
Yes. And like I said, there are exceptions. If you're a woman and you're like, no, I don't want any, that's fine. But I'd say find out if you're going to get a wife, find out what they want. If they want that emotional intimacy as well as the physical, then trust me, when you get married, they're going to be expecting that all the time. So even as a key point, like if you're dating and then you do that and then you suddenly get married, continue. I would say continue and grow and build on that emotional and physical intimacy. Yes, if you have any other points to add, please put them in the comments on that one. I'm sure there's a variation of views on that, and we would love to hear your perspective. So going on to point number 9, which is loyalty and faithfulness. Now, we are a Christian couple, as we've shared before, and we believe you're supposed to have one wife and one husband.
That's right. One husband, one wife is what we believe.
Yeah, when we say loyalty and faithfulness, that does count the, no side pieces, no extramarital relationships. I think that is a big one. I think even if you're not a Christian, most people do not want
they don't want to be mucked about.
Set up. So you want to know that the man's committed to you.
To you alone.
You alone, like
you're
are
the
woman.
only woman.
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
Nobody else.
No, I'm not mucking. You're not. You don't want to be. A woman don't want a man to be like, all right, you know what? You're one option. I've got 4 other options, but you're one. I'm thinking. A woman want to be. You know what? You're that basically the woman want to be the only one.
Exactly.
Well, certainly. Yes. From a Christian standpoint.
Yeah.
And certainly from how we see it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We believe in this day and age.
Yeah.
One man, one woman.
Yes.
That's what we believe it's supposed to be like that.
So that you're loyal. Even our eldest child was telling us to include in our videos about making sure that the man doesn't want to cheat, and she's only 9. So this is obviously a message that has gone out.
Because also with cheating, all that stuff, it hurt comes and it's pain and
destroys
trust. It's no good. It's no good.
Yes.
It's no good for. It's not good for a marriage. It's not good for a relationship.
No.
It's no good. It's just you don't want an infidel.
Yes.
Basically, that's a strong word.
Yes, a strong word. Infidelity. There we go.
You don't want an infidel.
Yes.
You want a truthful person. You want a person that you could just. So yes, I would definitely agree that
loyalty.
A faithful person. That you know what, I'm with you.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna go behind your back and muck about with this one, that one. You know what, love me. I'm deciding that I'm loving you, as we said before, like with our decisions. You know what, choosing to love that person, standing by that person. Yeah, I would say that's a good point. And men want that as well. Men that want a woman that's going to be, oh right, yeah, I've got you, but you know what, when I'm not feeling great, I'm going to go and talk to Tom, Dick, and Harry. Men don't want that. Men want a woman that's going to be like, you know what, I'm with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Men want that as well.
Yeah, so loyalty, I think, is a big one.
Yeah.
I'd also say it matters in the tough times, because that loyalty will be tested.
Yes,
it will be tested. So when it gets tough,
and sometimes things can get tough, and you might not be happy.
Get rocky.
You might not be happy, whatever. But man, you know what? My decision is. I'm going to love you. I'm going to be with you.
Exactly.
And, if you can both make that decision that you're going to stick it out through good and bad, definitely that would be a good thing.
Especially if you're married, you've made that commitment.
That's right.
The commitment is whether it gets hard,
That's
whether
right.
you like the person
in sickness and in health.
Sickness and in health,
So
in the good and the
part.
bad, you stick together, so you remain. So a woman wants to be reassured, not that she wants to bring crazy and then think, okay, you have to take it. That's not what it is. No. But if things happen, and they do, are you going to stay? Are you going to stand by her, and is she going to stand by you? So faithfulness and loyalty, I think, it's a big one. Where we've touched on it today, but I know that it's quite a deep one. But that's something that women definitely want. And moving on to our final point number 10. Finally made it. Women want the man, generally, like I said, to be family orientated. Now, the obvious thing...
You mean women want kids?
Well, see, that's the obvious thing I was going to say, that not a woman want kids, so let me put that disclaimer in there, but anybody that does want children, if they haven't got children already and they want more children, they want a man who's going to build a family.
Yeah.
So, like we said, I think Peter mentioned in the other video about sometimes if one man wants 1 child and one wants 5 children, that's something that, you still got to figure out if you work. But at least the basic point is, do you both want children? That's a big that's a big one. So I'm not going to go too deep into that, because I think that one's obvious. But I think the thing that women also want is a man to have a good relationship with his own relatives.
Yes, yes.
Because a woman is going to be watching to see if your mum and dad, whether they're together or not, if siblings, cousins, how do you interact with them? Do you have a healthy relationship with them or not? Because they're also going to want you to have a good relationship with their family, with your in-laws.
Yes.
And this is huge. So many things can happen if those dynamics aren't good. And obviously sometimes it takes time to get to know people and different personalities and things, but overall I'm telling you, women want a man to have a good relationship with his own relatives, like I said, and with your relatives as the woman.
Yes, yeah, interesting.
So what would you say about that, Harry?
Yeah, I would say that I've heard it said, and obviously I don't know if it's cliche or not, I've definitely heard it said that when you're marrying into another person, you're not just marrying them, you're marrying the family.
It's very true.
You're marrying into the whole family, so you're actually entering a covenant, not just with the woman, but you're covering with the woman, but along with the woman is their family, mum, dad, sisters, brother, friends.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're not just marrying one person.
No. It sounds weird.
Even though you are marrying one person,
legally.
along with the person,
yes.
Along with the person comes
the family unit.
Yeah, the family unit with their mum, their dad, sisters, brothers, nephews, nieces. It's the whole. You're marrying into the actual family.
Meet the family.
So it's definitely good if you can get along with the family.
Yes.
That's definitely going to make things worthwhile. It will help.
It will definitely help massively.
Definitely help, because if the woman is close, if the lady that you marry is close to her family, it definitely is going to be worthwhile.
Yes.
You being, having a good and healthy relationship along with the family as well.
Exactly. And I say culture plays a massive part in this, because depending on your culture, we are from a Caribbean background. Family is a big thing. So it might be not the same in other cultures. I can understand that, but definitely I even know from Asian families, the family is a huge thing. You can't just marry the individual. You're marrying into a whole community.
Yes.
So that is something to be very aware of.
So hopefully things will work out with the family. I mean, obviously there are people out there where, for whatever reason, things don't work out with the family, or the family not happy about the marriage or whatever. You gotta go it alone or whatever. I mean, fair enough. It is what it is. You just gotta do what you gotta do. But if things can work out with the family, then that is helpful.
Yes, it's definitely something to be aware of. So these are the 10 points. Please, if you feel like we've missed anything as a woman, or even men, if you have any questions or any things that you want to hear more about, then please leave comments.
Write
in the chat. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and we will see you in the next video.
We'll see you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.